Hello and welcome to Baking on a Budget. Now, this time it's bread making again. And what we're going to do is a very simple white loaf. Very simple recipe, beautifully delicious, freshly made bread. We've got everything we need to make it over here, and I'm going to run through, tell you what the quantities are for this and how much this has cost. First of all, we have 500 grams of strong bread flour, strong white bread flour. That cost me 55 pence. We've got 305 grams of lukewarm water, or 305 ml, but it is better to weigh the water so that we get the right amount. Cannot really cost that. We've got 15 grams of softened butter, about 10 pence. We've got 1 pack of yeast, which is 8 pence. We've got a teaspoon of sugar at about 2 pence, and we've got a teaspoon of salt, again, which we can't really cost. So the total cost of this recipe, and this beautiful loaf of bread, is 75 pence. Now, there's a few stages to this, so let's get right on with it. Right, as ever with a bread recipe, first thing we want to do is bloom this yeast. And when I say bloom the yeast, what we want to do is stick it in this jug, like so, and along with that we want just a teaspoon of sugar, and we'll mix both of those together. And then we have our water, which is just lukewarm. I'm going to pour that over there. And we're going to mix all this up and make sure it's all nicely dissolved and mixed in. Now, a froth will appear on the top of this. That's what the blooming of it is. And that will tell us that the yeast is fermenting and it's alive and it's good to go. These are generally fairly trustworthy, and you might be able to skip this step, but I always prefer to do it. Then I know for sure, before going to the trouble of the whole recipe, that the yeast is good. So that's going to have about 10 minutes just sitting. I'll put a cloth over it, and then we'll come back to it and see how it looks. Okay, and whilst the yeast is blooming, we're going to get the flour into this bowl. I want a fairly large bowl for this. That is quite a lot of flour, and again the recipe calls for a teaspoon. That's about a teaspoon. So I'll just mix that in, and then here we have some softened butter, and I'll put that in at the same time that I put the yeast mix back in. Okay, now this, you see that's frothed on the top. That tells us that that yeast is good to go. So what we're going to do is just make a well in the middle of that. We're going to get the butter in. Could use oil for this if you don't have the butter available. Again, just 15 grams would do it. And now we want to get this liquid in there. And we want to bring all that together. Now this will be quite a sticky dough to begin with, but the more we knead it, the smoother it will become. So the first thing we want to do is just get all of this stuff combined, all of the dry mixed in with the wet. And I'll do this most of the way with this spoon, and then I'll get my hands in. Clean it off the spoon. A little bit of flour on my fingers, and we'll just bring all this together in the bowl. So I'm going to turn that out. I'm going to get plenty of flour on my hands because this is quite sticky, and what we're going to do is knead it. Now in kneading it, what we're doing really is just pushing down on it and stretching it, folding it back into itself, and then doing it again. And we want this same operation, this same method, for a full 10 minutes. And that will make a beautiful texture. Okay, now we're about 5 minutes in there, and I just want to show you that the texture of that has changed. It's much less sticky, it's getting smoother, and another 5 minutes of this and it will be ready to go. Alrighty, and after a full 10 minutes of kneading, as you can see, there's now very little flour on the board, very little flour on my hands, and this has gone much less sticky. Now, of course, if you're fortunate enough to have a stand mixer, you could do that with your stand mixer. So there it is. Now, I'm just going to clean this bowl up and then we will let this prove. Okay, so I've popped that in the bowl. I've just given a drizzle of oil, wiped around the bowl there just to stop that from sticking. We're going to get a tea towel over the top of it, and I'm going to stick that in the oven with just the light on, now without any heat. The light itself will heat the oven up sufficiently to make it nice and warm and allow this to prove. So that's going in there now. It's going to stay in there for 1 hour. Okay, and 1 hour later, that's definitely doubled in size. Now I'm going to get this back out onto the bench and knock the air out of it, or the built up gases from the fermentation of the yeast. So again, this is not really like another kneading, similar type of action, but we just want to get any, as I say, built up gases out of there. Now what I'm going to do is stretch this out into a sort of a rectangle shape if I possibly can, and I want to make it about the width of this tin. This is a 2-pound loaf tin, as 22 centimeters long, 12 centimeters wide. So I'll just sit it there, and I want to get this piece of dough, as I say, about the same width as the tin itself. And we'll just stretch it out like so. It's much more manageable now. Not as sticky, and it's holding together really nicely. Right, I'm going to say that is about it. So at this point, we're going to sort of fold it up or roll it up like that. There we go. Looking good. And that now is going to go into this tin. I've greased this tin with lard before we put this in. A good coating of that all the way around. Looking good. Now this wants to go back into the oven at this point, again just with the light on. This is a second proving that we're going to do here. I'm just going to put a little bit of this flour on top of it, because I do expect it to rise and I don't want it to stick to the tea towel. So let me get the towel, and what I'm going to do with that is just loosely place it over the top, and as the dough rises it's not going to get constrained by the towel. Right, that's going back in the oven for another 30 minutes. Okay, and after the other half hour, that's what we've got, and that's looking good. Now I've put the oven on. It's coming up to 180 degrees centigrade, and we're going to bake this for about 30 minutes at that temperature. Then we're going to pull it out and change the temperature slightly, which I'll get round to in a moment. But first of all, we just want to make a cut down the middle here so that this can rise and cook through, sort of thing. That will do it. Now I'm just going to cover that once more with a tea towel. I'm going to leave it for 10 minutes until the oven is up to temperature, and then we will bake it. Okay, the oven is up to temperature. The loaf is looking superb, and I'm going to bake it in the oven for 30 minutes at 180 degrees centigrade. Okay, and 25 minutes later. That looks beautiful after the 25 minutes, so I've taken it out at this point. Now I'm just going to take it out of the tin, which may be a little bit tricky, but oh no, that's okay. That looks like one beautiful loaf of bread. Look at that. Now that's going to go back into the oven. I've put the oven on a little higher, up to about 210 degrees centigrade, and I'm going to put it in just for another 6 minutes, something like that, 5-6 minutes, just to brown it off around the sides, and then that will be ready to taste. Okay, as I say, that's had another 5 minutes in the oven, and it's just browned up the bottom part of it a little. It smells absolutely divine. It's going to have to cool before we taste it. So I'm just going to leave it there for a while, and once it's nice and cool, we'll cut some slices, see what the texture is like, and most importantly, we will have a taste of that. Okay, let me show you what we've got here. That is a beautiful loaf of bread, beautiful texture on the inside of it there. It smells absolutely divine, and I have a slice of it on my plate. And I'm going to have that simplest way you can possibly have this. I'm just going to put some butter on. I'm going to tear a piece off. I'm going to taste it, and I'm going to let you know what that tastes like. It's still a little bit warm from the oven, so I expect this butter to melt through it fairly readily, but I won't let that put me off. That is delicious. Simple, fresh bread with some butter on. Right, I have a piece there. I've got to say, one of the very simplest things to bake, and absolutely delicious. You'd have to go a long way to get anything shop bought tasting as good as that. And it would cost you a lot more than 75 pence. 75 pence for this whole loaf of bread, and it is absolutely superb. Now, as with all bread recipes, there's a little bit of time involved in it, in waiting for the proving, etc. And I always tend to take advantage of that, insofar as whilst I've been waiting for this to prove and then prove again, I've also managed to make a beautiful cheese and potato pie, carrot cake, and a what did I make? I made a vanilla cheesecake as well. So time was not wasted whilst waiting for this. And as I say, a very simple recipe. If you're new to bread making, if you've not tried it, do try this recipe. You won't be disappointed. The main thing is just to get the ingredients correct, the right quantities, and to make sure that you knead it for the full 10 minutes, and then it's simplicity itself. And you will end up with beautiful tasting bread like that. So there it is, bread making, and a very simple loaf of bread to make. Can I say, if you've enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more videos like this in the future, making very simple recipes, always very inexpensive and always absolutely delicious, then please do consider subscribing to the channel. In the meantime, I'm going to finish off this absolutely delicious slice of bread, and I've got some more for when I have a meal later as well. So I thank you very much for watching.